Okay, so yesterday we saw how to create a directory, right? Then how to remove a directory, right? And then we saw how to copy the directory, right? So in order to create the directory, we saw the various options were there, right? Like if you want to remove, uh, if you want to create one directory, you can specify one directory name. If you want to remove the multiple directories, you can specify the multiple names separated with the space, right? And if you want to, there is one more option, like you can specify the directory name in curly brackets separated with comma, right? Comma separated directory name. And by using that option, even you can remove, I mean, you can remove or create the directory, right? And like if you want a verbose output, you have -v. By using that, you can create the you can expect the verbose output, right? The basically the messages, like if at all any errors happens while executing any Unix command. So if at all you want to see those errors, you can use the -v option. If at all you want to, if you want to create the path, right? The path means what? The path is consist of directories separated by the slash, the backward slashes, right? So if at all you want to create any specific path, you can use a mkdir -p, and you can specify the path, right? So we saw these many these options, right, yesterday. So and similarly, whenever you want to if at all you want to remove, right? If at all you want to remove, the same options you can use, right? Right. So if you want to remove the directory, you can use the same options, like just say rmdir, the single directory will remove. If you specify rmdir and in curly bracket, if you specify the directories, then the multiple directories will remove. If at all you want to, if you want to remove the path, right? So what is the path in this case? This is the path, right? So this path is basically what? So this path is the directories separated by the backward slash, right? So the directory is separated with the slashes. This is called as the path, right? Then we saw, like if you want to, if you want a verbose output, right? In mkdir we use the same options, and in remove directory, even if you want a, if you want the verbose output or the verbose message, you can specify -v, and you can specify as many directories as you want. Like you can specify dir1, dir2, dir3, right? And if you want to create the multiple directory, remove the multiple directories, similarly you can use rmdir and docs and pub, right? So in this case, the docs and pubs will get removed, right? So we already saw these options yesterday. Along with that, what we saw rm command, right? Which is basically used for removing the files. It is the main purpose of this command is to remove the files. If you won't specify the parameters, it can't be used with the directories, right? So if you specify hyphen the rm, and if you specify here the Sachin, right? So this will give you the, and suppose Sachin is a directory. So this will give you the message saying that Sachin is a directory, right? So this command basically giving you the information that Sachin is a directory. You can't use the simple rm command. If at all you want to if you want to remove the Sachin directory, what you need to do, you need to use rm hyphen d, and then you can use the Sachin. So in this case, in this scenario, the Sachin directory will be removed, right? Then in some scenarios, right, like if you need you have the directories, parent directories. For parent directories there are child directories. For child directories there are sub child directories, and in those directories there you can, I mean, a directory is made for storing the files. So there may be a file or there may not be a file, right? So if at all you have the recursive structure or the hierarchical structure, for example, we saw uh, here this path, right? D1, D2 and D3. So what it will do, it will create the D1, D2 and D3, this entire path it will create, right? So if you want to remove this hierarchy, right? So D1 is the parent of D2, D2 is the parent of D3, right? So if you want to remove this entire hierarchy, right, and along with that you want to remove the files present in these directories, what you can do, you can use rm hyphen r, and if I just say D1, so what it will do, it will go to a D1 directory, right? It will check whether D1 has any child. Yes, it has a child D2, right? Then yeah, once while going, then it will check whether D2 has a child. Yes, D2 has a child. Whether D3 has a child, no. But whether D3 has a files, yes. So then from D3 it will remove the files, then it will remove the D3, right? And then it will remove D2, then it will remove the D1. So like that, you know, if you specify rm hyphen r D1, so it will remove the entire hierarchy recursively. So this command, what is the meaning of this command? Remove directories recursively. Right? Right? Now, even we saw, like if you want to remove the multiple directories recursively, you can do that, right? Suppose you have, here we have D1, but in some cases, suppose you want to remove the multiple recursive directories. For example, I am saying D1 here, P1, P2 and P3, right? So in this case, what will happen? So whatever the subdirectories of P1 is there, and P2 subdirectories and P3 subdirectories and their files, everything will be wiped out, right? So recursively, it will search his child, and in child, it will search for the files. And first of all, the files will get deleted, then child will get deleted, and then parent will get deleted. So recursively, it will delete the entire, it will wipe out, or it will remove, or it will delete the, it will remove the entire hierarchy or the entire path, right? So we saw these options. Along with that, we saw if you want, if you want, while removing, right? Removing means what? We are kind of destructing, right? So we are kind of deleting. If you are deleting something, right? So you need a double confirmation, right? You want a confirmation message from computer, was this is the file I am planning to delete. Are you sure you want to delete this file? If you say yes, then only computer the Unix or the Ubuntu kernel will delete. So for that, how you need to instruct to kernel, Ubuntu kernel, say RI, right? So I stands for confirmation, right? And R stands for recursive. So in this case, if I say I have directory name as Sehwag, right? So in this case, what will happen? Like I specified the -r option. So -r means what? Recursively, it will delete the Sehwag's subdirectories, its files. If subdirectory has any another subdirectories, then it will go to that subdirectory. Then it will check the files, and those files will be deleted or removed. Then it will come back to a parent directory of that child, right? And then in parent child, again it will search the file. If files are there, then it will remove the files. So basically what it will do, it will recursively delete the entire hierarchy, right? For example, Sehwag has some two subdirectories. So those two subdirectory and files will be deleted, and then Sehwag will be deleted. So entire hierarchy or the entire tree will be deleted or removed by using this command. But while removing, it will give you the confirmation, right? Right. So the Unix or the Ubuntu terminal will ask, do you really want to delete the Sehwag? If you say yes, then only it will delete, right? So basically, it will give you the it will ask the confirmation from the Unix user or the Unix developer, right? Right. So these are the command we saw yesterday for creating a directory or removing directory or removing and in removing directory we saw rmdir command and rm command, right? Then after that we saw the copy directory, right? Copy means what? Like copying the directory from one location to one Unix path to another Unix path. So it will keep the directory in one path, right? I mean, from if at all you want to copy from source to destination, so source copy will be as is, but it will create the another copy in the destination, right? So like if you say cp dir1 to dir2, so what will happen in this case? So dir1 will be as is, but exact replica of dir1 will be created. So in yesterday we saw that, right? So we have etc, right? From etc, if you want all the files, you can copy all the files and you can create the replica of etc file, right? So this is the way to copy the directory. There are other options also available, and we saw the other option is cp-r, right? And we need to specify the source directory and destination directory, right? So in this case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen? So basically, recursively it will copy because of this R, right? So here you can specify small r or capital R, it doesn't matter, right? So recursively it will copy, means what will happen in this case? So basically it will go to a source directory. It will check source directory has any subdirectories, whether there are files. So entire structure will be copied as is into a destination directory, and this copy will be as is, right? Right. So this is about the cp command. Along with that, we saw scp command, right? The scp stands for secure copy, right? So along with that, you need to specify the parameter secure copy hyphen r. Hyphen r means recursively. So if we want to copy the source directory, you can specify the source directory, right? And if you want to copy the source directory into the destination or the destination machine, means this scp and rsync, these two commands are used to copy the directories or the files from one system to another system. I already gave the example, right? The DIT Unix box and SIT Unix box. So for example, so I say here SIT directory and I have DIT directory, right? So this is general form, but if you want specific example, how we can do scp hyphen r, right? Then you specify the SIT, let's say slash home slash Ganesh Punde slash, let's say here SIT file dot txt, right? This file you want to copy into DIT box, DIT computer, SIT computer to DIT computer, provided there has to be a Unix operating system. Otherwise, this command won't work, right? So again, you need to specify the destination your username. So what is the destination username? Suppose Ganesh Punde @ then you need to specify the host name. Host name means what? It can be host name or it can be the IP address. So let's say I am giving some vague IP address 10.100.1.101 dot or 123 I am giving, right? And then I need to specify the destination machine's path. So destination machine path, suppose this is your machine, right? So I am saying Vikram Punde slash. So what will happen? So here even I need to specify the destination username, right? So for example, here I am copying from my system. This is my user directory, right? So from my user directory, I am copying to Vikram's computer, and Vikram's computer means, first of all, I need to specify the username of the Unix username, right? Which is used to log in into that computer. So that will be Vikram Punde @ I need to give the IP address of Vikram's machine, colon. I need to give the destination address. The destination address will be home Vikram Punde. So in this case, what will happen? This SIT file.txt will be copied from Ganesh Punde's machine to Vikram Punde's machine, right? So this is basically copying the files and directories from one system to another system, or one environment to another environment, or in other word, I can say one Unix box to another Unix box, right? So basically SCP and rsync, these are the two commands to copy the files and directories from one computer to another computer. So we saw SCP, right? Now we will see rsync, right? So exactly, it is exactly same as that of copy, but in case of RCP, what will happen? So rsync means what? It is the resource synchronization, right? So in this case, what will happen? rsync -r, right? rsync -r. Here you need to specify the source directory. So let's say I'm saying now. Let's say we will take a same example, or maybe let's say I want to sync up from Vikram to Ganesh's machine. So home Vikram Punde, right? And in that, let's say I have some file Vikram marks dot PDF, right? I want to copy this file from Vikram's machine, or I want to sync this file from Vikram's machine to Ganesh's machine. So how I will do that? So I already gave the path here. This path is for Vikram user, right? Vikram's home directory. And from there I want to copy to Ganesh Punde's machine. So space, the username, the destination username. What is the destination here now? The destination is changed. In previous command, it was from Ganesh's machine to Vikram's machine. Now Vikram's machine to Ganesh's machine. So I specify the username, right? Then at the rate, I should give the IP address of Ganesh's machine. So suppose Ganesh's machine's IP address is 101 dot 102 dot 133. Okay, and then colon, I should give the path. So what is the path? Path is nothing but the collections of directories separated by the space slashes. So in this case, we have what we have home, then we have of Ganesh Punde, right? And in this Ganesh Punde, here I want to copy this Vikram marks.pdf, right? So in this case, what will happen if this Vikram marks.pdf is not present, right? So there are two conditions. One condition is if Vikram underscore marks dot pdf is not present in Ganesh machine, right? So in that case, it will copy the PDF file, right? But there is one more scenario. What is that scenario? If Vikram underscore marks dot PDF already present in Ganesh's machines, then it will update the file, right? So these are the two these two scenarios will happen in case of rsync. But in SCP, it will just simply it will overwrite. But in rsync, basically it will do the sync up. Means what? So if contents are already present, then it will update. So all these things we covered yesterday, right? So let's move to other topic. Even we saw how to move the directories, right? So if at all you want to move the directory, uh, right, right. So how you can move the directories? So these things we saw, like creating a directory, removing a directory, then the SCP and SCP and rsync command we saw, right? And also we saw how to copy by using the CP and SCP and rsync, right? Now we will see. Like suppose in a copy, what was happening in copy? In copy, so let's say in copy, what was happening? Suppose you have source directory, right? And you have destination directory, right? Or let's say you have source directory only, and you want to copy this source directory. Let's say home /,